the Xbox Stellar Shift controller. I'm going to use this on PC, not going to be using it on console. I'm a big fan of space themes, stuff like that, so I picked up the specific Stellar Shift version. It is for the Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Windows, Android, and iOS. Includes the special edition wireless controller, 2 AA batteries, features a USB-C port. I'll probably be using this wired, but I might try to get the Bluetooth working. There is the controller. It's supposed to shimmer and change the look when you move it, so we've got kind of a blue-green there, and then it turns into a purple, so it definitely changes color as you change the position of it from a light source. That's super cool. Ergonomics compared to the PS4 controller. I'd say build quality wise, this feels more solid. It does have the built-in battery, which is good or bad depending on your preferences. These top buttons on the PS4 controller are short. This is the worst part for me. They do hurt after a while using them. In this case, I'd say the shoulder buttons are more comfortable so far. Not too bad. They're pretty smooth, easy to press. Top buttons are alright as well. The main thumbstick is in a good position for me, as well as the D-pad. The other thumbstick isn't ideal. There's a little bit of strain with my hand in that case for this one, and it also shifts my hands slightly. With the standard top 4 buttons, the standard thumbstick, and the triggers on the back, that's a good combination of controls and pretty ergonomic feeling in the hands. Obviously, these buttons are going to be a little more challenging to press. I'd say that the height of the thumbsticks is not ideal for me. I'm probably just not used to it because I've been using the PS4 controller. Actual build quality is a little more hollow, a little more plasticky. Pressing down on these thumbsticks is more challenging. There's more resistance and just not as much travel. On the back, we have the battery door area. If you want to use batteries, you've got that option. So that's a nice convenience. It comes with single-use batteries and not some type of battery pack that you can charge. However, it is nice that you have the option to change this out, use whatever you want. Visual look of this specific version is pretty cool. On the back, we've got texturing grip, both in the gray area and this purple area. No batteries in the controller. I'm going to plug it in through USB-C without any battery inside of it. This is going to be the main way that I use the controller. First game to try. This is a relatively new game at the moment. You can already tell that the controller is working without any type of configuration, which is nice. On the screen here, you can see that the on-screen buttons correspond to this actual controller. So we've got the A button. It's a nice visual indicator. You're only going to have that most likely with well-known, well-used controllers that are very popular. Thumbstick still feels a little high for me personally, but I'll just have to get used to it. I can feel the vibration motor working with this game. Had to do nothing. No drivers, it just worked. This is a Windows 10 computer. If you care about noise or you're in an environment where you don't want to make a lot of noise with the controller, this is probably not the best option. I'd say go for the PlayStation one. Let's try something else. We'll go with Dark Souls. So in this case, we're going to be using both thumbsticks. And then the top controls here are also utilized. So you're going to have to really use this top button in this specific game. Not so much the trigger. Positioning of my hand in this case does shift upwards, and it does make this top controller a little bit more viable. You can tell that when I press against the edge of the controller, it's kind of scraping between the plastic exterior of the controller and this thumbstick. I would think over time it's going to mark the inside of the thumbstick. I'd say with Dark Souls, not too bad. It's working well. Let's try this Dungeons and Dragons. This is an older game. Even this older game is picking up the controller without issue. Not too bad. Both the D-pad and the thumbstick work as expected. Alright, that's good, that works. Try Aqua Kitty. So this one clearly is built for this controller. No issues. Both work. You can switch back and forth. And in some situations the D-pad is preferred, even though it is pretty clicky. Try something weird here. Random checks quests. See if that works with the Xbox controller. Okay, this one works without issue. Super Indie Cards. See how this works. I'm curious to see how the analog stick works for something like this. And not too bad. Not too bad. Vibration motor makes quite a bit of sound in use compared to the PS4 controller. So if you care about sound of your controller, like the clicks, the taps, The vibration motor, pretty much everything about the Xbox controller is louder. All right, let's try Hotshot Racing. Here's our first issue. Hotshot Racing is not picking up the controller. In this case, I had to use the computer to get in here, but now it's working with the controller. So that's a little weird, but it does pick it up automatically. Definitely an upgrade with the triggers in the back compared to the PS4 controller, in my opinion. They're longer. They're not as difficult to press and hold down. And you can easily use 2 fingers if you need to get a little bit of the strain relief on your index finger. Super Noah's Ark 3D. See if this works. Okay, this appears to be working. No issues with Super Noah's Ark 3D. Do have a wireless dongle thing you can hook up to the computer and see if it will work with this. But first we need to add the batteries. In this case, it's going to go this direction. One-time use batteries in here. Topper on. It's locked and loaded. It does certainly increase the heft, the weight of the controller. Let's see if this thing works. Press and hold the pair button for 3 seconds and the button will flash. On your PC, press the start button, settings, Bluetooth, other devices. Turn on Bluetooth, add Bluetooth device. So this thing says everything else and it says Xbox controllers with wireless adapters. So it's probably wrong. It's probably this top thing. Holding the thing here for 3 seconds. It's blinking and it did find it. So we click connect. Okay, that was very easy. Cool. And we look at the list of controllers. We have the Bluetooth LE X input thumbstick. We've got this one. We've got the 2 triggers. Let's jump into here. So now we've got wireless mode with a Bluetooth dongle on a computer. So the compatibility here is very, very nice. Pretty much just works at this point. This is Windows 10 updated to whatever is current. The Xbox Series XS controller for Windows PC gaming seems like the most compatible, consistent solution available. Using it through USB is literally plug and play on a Windows 10 computer in my case. No issues there. Obviously with Bluetooth, it takes a little bit more effort. Using a USB Bluetooth dongle, it worked just fine in my case, but there might be some potential issues. It depends on whatever Bluetooth solution you have on your PC, most likely. I'd say compared to a PS4 controller, there are some differences that might be down to personal preference and just the feel of it or getting used to Xbox controllers versus PlayStation controllers. Taller thumbsticks are quite different. The general feel of the controller compared to at least the PS4 one, I wouldn't say is quite as quality feeling, but it's just like more clicky, makes more sound in use compared to this one, but it's not really any big deal. Consistency in use with actual control of games felt just fine. Didn't notice any issues, and there are actually some benefits. With the analog triggers on the back, I prefer these to the PS4 controller because these are longer and easier to press, not as much force is required, but ergonomically it's going to be up to your personal preferences, of course. In the Stellar Shift version, it's nice. I like space themes, so that's the reason I picked this specific one up, but they have a lot of different colors and designs. Very nice. Hope you enjoyed this video. Scott of Tech, I suppose. Thanks.